Hey guys, it's me, Rykos, and we're here with another video today. Another podcast, if you will. This is going to be EEHAP. Right now, it's just me because unfortunately, I don't have that many friends that could do podcasts with me. I need to change that for next month. But yeah, we're going to figure this out. But this episode's going to be a little bit shorter today, mainly because I can't carry on an hour conversation by myself, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to hear me for an hour just by myself, so... Oh well. I mean, if we go anything about my Twitch views, then we know. Anyways, so yeah, let's figure out what's new with me. What's new in this month? I went to go see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse on Saturday. That was really cool. Really, really great movie. 100% recommend it if you guys like Spider-Man at all. The thing is, though, I would recommend if you do have epilepsy, be very careful when watching this movie, because some of the action sequences are a little light intensive, because it does follow comic book flow very well, which is to say very jerky, very flashy and all that stuff. But if you do have epilepsy, be very, very careful. I know some people that personally in my life, especially growing up with, that have it. Just be careful, okay? The acting in it was great. I was really, really surprised of how well it was done. But yeah, the animation of it was really, really amazing. I was very surprised of how it could feel so much like a comic book with its like quick actions, but yet has such a slow frame rate, which actually works in its favor. I honestly don't think this movie would look as good if it was 100% fluid motion, like 60 frames a second fluid. I think it's like shot in 15 frames a second, because that's what I can kind of tell. I can't remember. I'll look it up in a second. But it was so good. Just that made it feel more like a comic book. That was, to me, so amazing. The character development, I really, really loved. A little bit of spoiler alert. Again, I'm not gonna spoil much of the film because I really do believe you need to go see this blind. But when they introduced the characters and the way they introduced them, phenomenal. Seriously, everyone, go check it out. Best movie, 10 out of 10. Honestly, probably one of my favorite movies of all time. I had to be really honest. Probably in the top 5. I'm just saying something because I love movies. So yeah, for what it is, this is probably the best comic book movie with like emphasis on comic book, because it honestly did not hold your hand really. It's really cool because it took the approach that Homecoming did, where it's like, hey, you know the backstory already. We're just gonna gloss over it. Cool, done, moving on. But yeah. But anyways, it's really good. Really good. Really good. Really, really good. What else is there? Screw it. Let's make this a book podcast. So, I have with me right here, You by Caroline Kepnes. This is probably one of my favorite books of all time. Really, really good. The best description I can give for this is, it is a romantic thriller from the point of view of a stalker. That is probably the best description I can ever give it. Yep. But yeah, no, this is actually a really, really good book. Actually kind of know the author a little bit. So let me just explain how I got to this book in my possession. So this book came out in, I want to say September 2014 or August. Let me double check that real quick. Again, I knew I kind of wanted to do this kind of thing for my podcast this week, but I probably should have actually, pay attention to this crap. Hardcover. This is gonna be the September 30th, 2014. I was right. So, September 23rd, 2014. September 30th, 2014. Great time to be alive. So, basically, let me give you a little backstory of how I got this book. I was working at Barnes & Noble at the time, during the summer, and it was actually when I started working there. And, the cool thing about it, especially, is because of the fact that we had these things called advanced readers. So, the publishers would put these advanced readers in, and they would basically say, hey, here's a free book that's going to come out soon. If you like it, promote it to other customers. Sell this book for us. That's how they did it. And so I decided for my first book, I saw this weird kind of cool little cover. It's like white with looks like to be bloodstains on the bottom and written You. And I was like, that looks cool. Let's check it out. And oh my God. Let me just say this. I finished this book in 3 days, and the last 200 pages, which is half the book, I stayed up until 3 a.m. to finish. It's just that good of a book. So let me go ahead and read you the little back cover for it. Love hurts. When aspiring writer Guinevere Beck strides into the bookstore where Joe works, he's instantly smitten. Beck is everything Joe's ever wanted. She's gorgeous, tough, razor smart, and sexier than his wildest dreams. He killed to have her. Beck doesn't know it yet, but she's perfect for him, and soon she can't resist her feelings for a guy who seems custom made for her. When a string of Macarebe, I can't. Guys, I have a speech impediment, so whenever I come across words that I've actually never said out loud. Anyways, when a string of Macarebe, don't worry, I'm just going to edit the Google voice saying that. Accidents tear her world apart. There's only one person she could turn to. There's more to Joe than Beck realized, and much more to Beck than her perfect facade. The obsessive relationship quickly spirals into a world with deadly consequences. A chilling account of unrelenting, terrifying deceit. Caroline's Katniss You is a thriller more perversely clever and dangerously twisted than you've ever read before. And honestly, yeah, that's actually true. The cool thing about this book is you don't like any of the characters. You really, really do not. Every single one of them is so messed up in their own way, but the thing is, because they're so messed up, you kind of fall for them. You kind of cheer them on. Hell, Joe. Joe, you feel bad for Joe. You want Joe to succeed. He's the narrator, but he has almost no redeeming qualities. He's a creep. He's a stalker. He literally follows this girl everywhere. And yet, whenever he goes on a date and he's happy, you're happy. And you're like, oh, that's so sweet. Wait, you literally are being a creep. You literally just kidnapped someone. Oh, real quick, guys, without spoiling too much, but in case you might have trigger warnings, because this is a book that's very grounded in reality. Be careful of kidnapping, stalking. There's a certain scene where a woman is running alone in the woods with headphones on, and she gets attacked and nearly killed. Or killed. It depends on what. Again, it's a kind of a spoiler, but I'm not telling you who the character is, and you do kind of see it coming. But yeah, this is a very creepy book. It's a really great book, but in case you, especially I know, for girls, you guys have a lot more worries than guys do, because. Little side tangent. I remember I read this Twitter thread one day where someone asked, if men had a 9:30 p.m. curfew, what would women do? And most of the women that replied said they would go walking at night. They would not feel scared to walk at night. They wouldn't have to carry the keys Wolverine style just in case. They can walk with headphones. They can listen to music while they run. And that always kind of like just threw me off a little bit, because I never thought about that. I thought it was going to be a lot of joking answers, but that was actually serious. Anyways, that's besides the point. This book, really great, really amazing. Let me just read the first chapter for you. It's only 9 pages long. It's not too long. And honestly, this is about a 400 plus page novel. And trust me, after reading this first chapter, you'll go want to buy it yourself. And if you do pick it up, let me know what you think in the comments. Seriously, I really love when people read this book. It's such a great book. Anyways, Chapter 1. You walk into the bookstore and you keep your hand on the door to make sure it doesn't slam. You smile, embarrassed to be a nice girl, and your nails are bare, and your V-neck sweater is beige, and it's possible to know if you're wearing a bra, but I don't think you are. You're so clean that you're dirty, and you remember your first word to me, hello, when most people would just pass by, but not you in your loose pink jeans, a pink spun from Charlotte's Web. And where did you come from? You're classic and compact. My own little Natalie Portman, circa at the end of the movie Closer, where she's fresh-faced and done with British bad guys and coming home to America. You come home to me, delivered at last, on Tuesday, 10:06 a.m. Every day I commute to the shop from the Lower East Side from my place in Bed-Stuy. Every day I close up without finding anyone like you. Look at you, born in my world today. I'm shaking, and I pop an Antivin, but they're downstairs, and I don't want to pop an Antivin. I don't want to come down. I want to be here, fully, watching you bite your unpainted nails and turn your head to the left. No, bite that pinky. Widen those eyes. To the right. No, reject biographies. Self-help. Thank God. And slow down when you make it to fiction. Yes. I let you disappear into the sacks. Fiction's F-K. And you're not the standard insecure nymph humping for Faulkner that you'll never finish, never start. Faulkner that will harden and calcify, if books could calcify, on your nightstand. Faulkner meant to only convince one night stands that you really mean it when you swear you never do this kind of thing. No, you're not like those girls. You don't stage Faulkner and your jeans hang loose, and you're too sun-kissed for Stephen King and too untrendy for Heidi Julavitz. Who will you buy? You sneeze loudly, and imagine how loud you are when you climax. God bless you, I call out. You giggle and holler back. You horny girl. You too, buddy. Buddy, you're flirting, and if I was the kind of asshole with Instagram, I would photograph the F-K placard and filter the shit out of that baby and caption it, F-K. Yes, I found her. Calm down, Joe. They don't like it when a guy comes on too strong. I remind myself. Thank God for a customer. It's hard to scan this predictable Salinger. Then again, it's always hard to do that. This guy is like, 36, and he's only now reading Franny and Zoe? Let's get real. He's not reading it. It's a front for the Dan Browns at the bottom of his basket. Work in a bookstore and learn that most people in the world feel guilty about who they are. I bag the Dan Brown first, like it's kiddie porn, and tell him Franny and Zoe's the shit. And he nods, and you're still in the F-K because I can see your base sweater through the stacks. Barely. If you reach any higher, I'll see your belly. But you won't. You'll grab a book and sit down on the aisle. Maybe you'll stay here all night. Maybe be like Natalie Portman's Where the Heart Is, adapted faithlessly from the Billy Lettuce book, above the part from The Kind of Crud, and I'll find you in the middle of the night. Only you won't be pregnant, and I won't be the meek man in the movie. I'll lean over and say, "Excuse me, miss, but we're closed." And you'll look up and smile. "Well, I'm not closed." A breath. "I'm wide open, buddy." Hey. Salinger Brown bites. He's still here. He's still here. Can I get a receipt? Sorry about that. He grabs it out of my hand. He doesn't hate me. He hates himself. If people could handle their self-loathing, customer service would be smoother. You know what, kid? You need to get over yourself. You work in a bookstore. You don't make the books. You don't write the books. And if you were any good at reading books, you probably work in a bookstore. So wipe that judgmental look off your face, telling me have a nice day. This man could say anything in the world to me and he'd still be one shame-buying Dan Brown. You appear now with your intimate Portman smile, having heard this motherfucker. I look at you. You look at him. He's still looking at me, waiting. Have a nice day, sir, I say. And he knows he does it. I don't mean it. Hates that he caves platitude from a stranger. When he's gone, I call out again because you're listening. And you enjoy that Dan Brown, motherfucker. You walk over, laughing. Thank God it's in the morning. We're still in dead morning. No one's going to get in our way. You put your basket of books down on the counter and you sass. You going to judge me too? What an asshole, right? Probably just a mood. You're a sweetheart. You see the best in people. You compliment me. Well, I say, and I should shut up. I want to shut up, but you make me want to talk. That guy is the reason why Blockbuster shouldn't have gone under. You look at me. You're curious. And I want to know about you, but I can't ask, so I just keep talking. Everyone is always striving to be better, lose 5 pounds, read 5 books, go to a museum, buy a classical record and listen to it, and like it. And what they really do is eat donuts, read magazines, buy pop albums, and books? Fuck books. Get a Kindle. You know why Kindles are so successful? You laugh and shake your head. You're listening to me at the point that most people would drift, go into their phones. And you're pretty and you ask, why? I'll tell you why. Internet put porn in your home. I just said porn. What a dummy. But you're still listening. What a doll. And if you didn't have to go out and get it, you didn't have to make eye contact with the guy at the store who knows you like watching girls get spanked. Eye contact is what keeps us civilized. Your eyes go almond and I go on. Revealed. You don't wear a wedding ring and I go on. Human. You're patient. I need to shut up, but I can't. And the Kindle. The Kindle takes all integrity out of reading, which is exactly what the internet did to porn. The checks and balances are gone. You can read your Dan Brown in public and in private all at once. It's the end of civilization. But there's always a but, you say, and I bet you come from a big family of healthy, loving people who hug a lot and sing songs around the campfire. But there's no place for buy movies or albums. It comes down to the books. There are no more video stores, so there's no more nerds who work in the video stores and quote Tarantino and fight about Dario Argento. God, I can't say these names. And hate on people who rent Meg Ryan movies. The interaction between the seller and the buyer is the most important two-way street we got. But you can't eradicate two-way streets like that and not expect to follow it, you know? I don't know if you know, and you don't tell me to stop talking the way some people do, and you nod. See, the record store is a great equalizer. It gave the nerds power. You're really buying Taylor Swift? Even though all the nerds who went home jerked it to Taylor Swift. Stop saying Taylor Swift. Are you laughing with me or at me? Anyway, I say, I'll stop if you tell me to. Anyway, you say, and you want me to finish. The point is, buying stuff is one of the honest things we do. That guy didn't come in here for Dan Brown or Salinger. That guy came in here to confess. Are you a priest? No, I'm a church. Amen. You look at your basket, and I sound like a deranged loser. And I look in your basket, your phone. You don't see it, but I do. It's cracked. It's in a yellow case, which means you only took care of yourself when you're beyond your redemption. I bet you take zinc on the third day of a cold. I pick up your phone and try to make a joke. You steal this off the guy? You take your phone and you redden. Me and this phone? You say, I'm a bad mommy. Mommy, you're dirty, you are. Nah. You smile, and you're definitely not wearing a bra. You take the books out of the basket and put the basket on the floor and look at me like it wouldn't be remotely possible for me to criticize anything you ever did. Your nipples pop. You don't cover them. You notice the Twizzlers I keep at the register. You point. Hungry. Can I? Yes, I say, and I'm feeding you already. I pick up your first book, Impossible Vacation by Spanley Gray. Interesting, I say. Most people get his monologues. This is a great book, but it's not a book that most people go around buying, particularly young women who don't appear to be contemplating suicide given the fate of the author. Well, sometimes you just want to go where it's dark, you know? Yeah, I say. Yeah. If we were teenagers, I would kiss you. But I'm a platform behind the counter wearing a name tag, and we're too old to be young. Night moves don't work in the morning, and light pours in through the windows. Aren't bookstores supposed to be dark? Note to self. Tell Mr. Mooney to get blinds, curtains, anything. I pick up your second book, Desperate Characters by one of my favorite authors, Paula Fox. This is a good sign, but you could be buying it because you read some stupid blog that says she's the Courtney Love's biological grandmother. I can't be sure that you're buying Paula Fox because you came her the right way from a Jonah Franzen essay. You reach into your wallet. She's the best, right? Kills me that she's not more famous, even with Franzen gushing about her. You know? Thank God. I smile. The Western Coast. You look away. I haven't got there yet. I look at you. You put your hands up, surrender. Don't shoot. You giggle, and I wish your nipples were still hard. I'm going to read Western Coast someday, and Desperate Characters when I've read zillions of times. This one's for a friend. I say. The red lights are flash danger. For a friend. It's probably a waste of time. He won't even read it, but at least he sells the book, right? True. Maybe he's your brother, or your dad, or gay neighbor, but I know he's a friend. And I stab at the calculator. It's 31:51. Holy moly. See, this is why Kindles rule, you say as you reach into your Zuckerman pink wallet and hand me your credit card, even though you have enough cash in there to cover it. You want me to know your name, and I know nut job. And I'll swipe your card, and the quiet between us gets louder, and I don't realize I didn't put on music today, and I can't think of anything to say. Here we go. And I offer you the receipt. Thanks, you murmur. This is a great shop. You're Swining. You're Guinevere Beck. Your name's a poem, and your parents are assholes, probably. Like most parents. Guinevere. Come on. Thank you, Guinevere. I really just go by Beck. Guinevere's kind of long and ridiculous, you know. Well, Beck, you look different in person. Also, Midnight Vultures is awesome. You take your bag, and you don't break eye contact because you want me to see you seeing me. Right on, Goldberg. Nah, I just go by Joe. Goldberg's kind of long and ridiculous, you know. We're laughing, and you wanted to know my name as much as I wanted to know yours, or you wouldn't have read my name tag. Sure, you don't want to grab the Western Coast while you're here? This will sound crazy, but I'm saving it. For my nursing home list. You mean bucket list? Oh no, that's totally different. A nursing home list is a list of things you plan on reading or watching in a nursing home. A bucket list is more like visit Nigeria, jump out of an airplane. A nursing home is like read Western Coast, watch Pulp Fiction, and listen to the latest Daft Punk album. I can't picture you in a nursing home. You blush. You are Charlotte's Web, and I could love you. Aren't you going to tell me to have a nice day? Have a nice day, Beck. You smile. Thanks, Joe. You didn't walk in here for books, Beck. You didn't have to say my name. You didn't have to smile or listen to take me in. But you did. Your signature is on the receipt. This wasn't a cash transition. A coded debit. This was real. I pressed my thumb into the wet ink on the receipt, and the ink of Guinevere Beck stains my skin. Woo! I suck at reading. Anyways, so yeah, that book, it's written in kind of a second point of view where the author kind of keeps talking to Beck over and over again, even if she's not there or not listening. And I thought I would kind of hate that after reading that, but in reality, it kind of puts you in his mindset even more. This guy is freaking creepy, as you guys can tell. So obsessed with just her entire being, making up things for her, knowing what she knows. But it's actually really interesting because this guy is creepy. He really is creepy, and everything that he does is just super, super weird. He falls in love with images of people, not for who they are, but who he thinks they are. And honestly, I think everyone kind of does that with themselves. And so the more you read about Joe, the more you realize you have yourself in him. But that scares you because it should, because this guy is not a good guy. You can tell how kind of obsessive he is already. Barely just meeting her, but he's already kind of made this fantasy in his mind that they're going to be together forever. A little too real. This book actually got adapted into a television series called You. It's on Lifetime, but the cool thing is they're actually going to put it on Netflix very soon. I believe on the 27th of this month, actually. I haven't seen it yet because I don't have Lifetime on my TV, or I can't find it and I can never watch it. So I'm going to wait for this to come out. Give me a second. I want to actually double check that real quick. That is actually creepy. My God, that is a thumbnail. You television series. It's gonna be on when 26. Okay, first season will be available to stream instantly Netflix worldwide on December 26th, and also the second season is gonna be on Netflix. So it's gonna be really cool to check out. The 26th is going to be on a Wednesday, next Wednesday, from the time of recording this, or technically by the time this actually airs, because I'm technically recording this on Tuesday. So honestly, check it out. I haven't checked it out yet, so we can actually watch it together. I think it's going to be really good. Apparently it has a really good Rotten Tomato score, 89%, with an average rating of 7.36 out of 10, which is really good. So I'm excited. I have high hopes for it. The book's amazing. There's also a sequel to this called Hidden Bodies. While this book is very grounded in reality, the second book's actually really cool because it's actually kind of surreal. Anyways, check out this book. I honestly recommend it. Kind of like Katniss, she's a masterful author. The way that she does with words, I really, really want. I just can't get over it. Also, cool thing is Stephen King actually raved about this book, even though he was kind of made fun of in the opening chapter. But anyways, check out You by Caroline Kepnes. Go watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Just watch everything. Just go. Don't even worry about it. Just go watch it. It's gonna be fun. I think that's where I'm gonna end today. Kind of a weird, all over the place, a little under 30 minutes, but I don't know. Hopefully I can get more people to actually do this podcast with me. But if you like this kind of shorter form where I'm just rambling with my own thoughts, let me know in the comments. I do read every single one of your comments. I will try to get better about answering them, but I do read every single comment. And I do enjoy them because it actually does give me really good feedback. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye.